Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network Show. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, and the reason I do this program is so that I can interview successful entrepreneurs and business professionals who are all willing to share their ideas and their experiences, both the good ones and the bad ones. Because as has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. If you check out our Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan.com, we list various meetings, not only our own, but also other meetings. And I've had the privilege of meeting these two fellow business professionals within the last year. And Mr. Tom Raymond is with SCORE. And what is the official designation of SCORE, sir?
Today, the official designation of SCORE is Counselors to America's Small Business. And our tagline is for the life of your business. And being a resource partner of the Small Business Administration, we are working along with them. We provide counseling and workshops for startup entrepreneurs and those who have an existing business and those who are going into what we call stage 2 businesses, where they're 5 years of age or older, have 100 or more employees. So we try to help them all along the way of their business life, to help them with their challenges, to wish them well and success with new opportunities. And that's kind of the way that I met up with our guest here, Christian Marcello from Future Help Designs. When I started with SCORE in Pontiac in 2011, I met Christian and Glenn, and they said, we'd like to have you around all the time. So I office in the offices of Future Help Design, and I think over the past a couple of years, we've had about 350 businesses go through our office, startups as well as existing businesses.
Yeah, and Christian Marcello, you are the CEO. Wow. And the official name for the company is Future Help Designs. And we were talking before we got on the air that it's a phenomenal name because no one, unless they've been living in a cave, can't appreciate how technology has really revolutionized not only our personal life, but our professional life. And you help people design their future. Is that right?
Indeed, we do. We help them design their future. We are mobile software developers. We make apps. And apps are the little small icons that appear on someone's smartphone, maybe their iPhone, maybe their Android, that end up being a lot of software behind the scenes. We just see them as great applications on our mobile devices, but they make life a little bit easier for us. And we design them in downtown Pontiac.
Right. Well, I've been in your office, and it's amazing. You walk into your office, and you know, I am amazed how suddenly it looks like a future office. It's not your regular office. You know, maybe you should start charging tours for people that come into your office, because really it's so upbeat and what have you. And
it's a happy place to be every day.
No, it really is, because you have a meeting area, and what I was really impressed with, you got all this fancy-dancy technology stuff that you can actually do video conferencing right out of that facility. Is that correct?
That is correct. We were a company when we launched. Prior to getting assistance from SCORE, we were a kitchen table company. We launched off of the kitchen table and needed additional square footage and moved into downtown Pontiac. What we wanted to keep, though, was we had a very home environment. It was very open in concept, and we needed to make sure that it stayed fun and vibrant. So all of our colored walls are brightly colored like M&Ms.
Right.
There is no square cubicles in our office. They're very curved, and the surfaces you can write on. So even as software developers and engineers, we like writing on walls to communicate ideas with each other, and it makes it very inviting for us to work with our customers. But it also helps us support the community as well. So other entrepreneurs have come into our space to be able to get training from SCORE, as well as other networking businesses, and even downtown Pontiac too.
Right. Well, that's fantastic. And you've got an area in the back that I know there are meetings over there. In fact, LBN has got a regular arrangement there, second and fourth Tuesdays, right. It's over lunch, and you're surrounded by this stuff. And I attended one of the meetings. It was really a lot of fun because, first of all, I enjoy being like in a Disney World. It's a small world anyway.
We're like kids. You can write on the walls. And you can draw pictures on the wall.
Right. Now tell me, what other office could you do that? And what I found funny, we were talking about various mobile apps, as you said, and rather than just verbalizing it, I forgot who it was, just came in, oh yeah, we do that. So it's right there. So so if you're talking like a kid talking about a toy, you bring the toy right in.
We bring the toy right in. And that's actually a great conversation. In the economy that we are in within Michigan, there's a lot of engineering talent. And the candy for a lot of kids and young adults is their mobile phone that they can put into their pocket, because it's so easy to use to communicate with. You see kids texting, you see kids Facebooking all the time on their smartphones.
Right.
What they think is that if they wanted to work in that industry, they would have to leave Michigan in order to go to California to do development and make apps. And what we're helping them realize is they can stay in Michigan. We can help them understand how that culture works so they can make their own applications. And some of the bright spots within our training that we've done with other people, we've had high schoolers come and express their interest and attend our trainings so they could develop a mobile application. They had some fun doing it. I don't know if they actually got it released, but they learned how to make it. And we're working with a lot of the kids in Pontiac schools to help them understand technology and engineering and mobile software development.
Well, you know, I'm sure you've heard Khan he's worldwide. He's developed all these programs, and you know, it's a typical old saying that's actually come to life. We've all learned about necessity is the mother of invention. So I enjoyed reading about Khan as to what he has done with technology, because I think he had a nephew or a niece that was having trouble with math.
Yeah.
So because of his creativity through technology, his nephew or niece learned math, okay?
Exactly.
So now you apply it to the business world. You know, here's an idea I hope no one else besides us knows about it. Because it's $1 million idea. Can you imagine how companies could create a game about all their features, right?
Right.
And you make it into a game board. Meanwhile, they're pitching your product, right?
Exactly. And like, you bring up a great topic, especially one with kids or with adults. A way of learning is always an attractive solution to an employer or to educators, teachers. And one of the projects that we've built internally has to do with the education world. If you hand a kid an iPad, they tend to want to hold on to it. They want to explore, they like touching it, they like feeling it, and they like learning on it. And the funny thing is a lot of kids don't even realize they're learning. You know, the same thing happens as adults. When someone gets sent off for a 2-week training, they're going to be sent to learn, and they might get a manual. Well, imagine if you hand them an iPad instead, how much more engaged they're going to be in their learning process and the culture of learning about this new company they just started with. So the product that we have currently is called FHDNet. It's a beta application, but it solves a solution very similar to Khan and his Khan Academy. He's been part of the flipping the classroom revolution, and it involved learning to happen at the house so that discussion could actually happen in a classroom. So with FHDNet as a product, a group of 30 iPads could be all connected for a bunch of learners with one teacher. No more chalkboards, no more smart boards. Everyone has their own personal screen in their own hands. And it's a product that we have in beta that we're working on finishing the final pieces to it.
Wow. Well, you know, I play with words, and I can't help but think that you just said the old-fashioned way was the manual. It's the manual. It's like manual labor. It's manual. Now suddenly, you know, an iPad, and a pad.
An eye and a pad. Yes.
So, and you can pad right along. And I have a nephew who's way beyond his years. In fact, his name is Avery, and I'm really proud of him because he has got that sixth sense of anticipating of what can be done with technology. And he was going to be an actuarian, and then he got bored the last year, and I can't imagine going 3 years. And then he decided to switch gears because of his technological mind to go into how you can use technology in business. So I didn't even know, only in America, ironically enough. He's in Canada, so, but Canada is part of North America. So we tie in together. He, because of his creativity, somehow his name got out to some of the major companies, because the universities get bombarded by a lot of companies that they want the brightest of the group to help them in a project. So he was sharing with me, but through technology and through the demographics, and this is right in line with SCORE. We're out there at the Oakland County Executive Office. I just love that place. You talk about Disney World. You walk in there next to your office, not to take away from your office. You walk in, and there's this magnificent setting of maps and graphs and what have you. And you've got this CRT computer, I call them CRT still, but the computer terminals. And he was asked by this chain of restaurants in Texas, or at least the school got the request. Apparently this is a very successful chain of restaurants, and they wanted to change their menu for Texas and had the sites pretty well picked out, but they wanted to know what sort of a menu they should offer. So here is given the facts, the tastes of the community, and now comes along Avery, and he comes up with a program.
For that.
And, so I can really appreciate a talent like that. And actually, you could revolutionize almost any way of training in any particular program. And in my opinion, of all the money that's spent on same old, wouldn't it be wonderful to have a legacy? You don't have to go to California, just come to downtown Pontiac, right? And I am impressed with the fact that, you know, I have a saying for almost every situation. And one of my sayings I like to quote is that everyone makes someone else happy with their presence. Some with their coming, and some with their going. And you, Tom Raymond, were actually so impressed with what they had, and they were impressed with you. They actually had you stay instead of leave, right?
Yes, and
now you
I'm
meet
very, very pleased and very happy to be there every day.
Right.
But something that when you said manual,
yes,
I remember back when I first was at Future Help Designs, and they had a client come in, and they had made designed an app for this client, and so the client came in to review it, and he said, "Where is my operating manual?" And Glenn and Christian said, "If you got to have a manual, then we didn't do our job properly."
Is that right?
That is right.
It's a self. Boy, you'd really like my wife, because she, I've got 2 computers, and she's got one of these brains that once she was terrific in school and all. Once she's heard the instructions, she's got it, okay? And then these icons come up, and then a guy like me who's from the old school, and, well, let's write this down. He says, no, you don't have to write it down. See that icon?
You should just hit that icon.
Hit that icon. And my name being Ike, I should remember that.
That's right. That's right.
Now, in all due respect to you, Christian Marcel, Marcello, even though you're the CEO, you see outside business people, do you not, there at the office in the downtown Pond? Right now we got to take a brief break, and we'll be back, and we're going to discuss your schedule, Mr. Tom Raymond, and we'll pick up on some other stuff that Christian Marcello, CEO of Future Help Designs, is going to be telling us about. We'll be right back.
Our small business has been downtown 100 years, and we're really proud of how well it's doing in these hard economic times. But healthcare premiums have been rising. We were glad when the Affordable Care Act passed. We became eligible for a tax credit. We used that tax credit to hire a new employee. In our experience, the Affordable Care Act is a job creator. If you would like to know more about the Affordable Care Act for your business, go to knowyourcare.org.
And we're back with Mr. Tom Raymond, and in case I forget your name and all, SCORE is written right on that badge. And Christian Marcello, since you're a CEO of Future Mobile Designs, you don't help design, you don't need a badge. But we'll get you a badge. Get him a badge, okay?
Well, I need this because sometimes in a busy day I forget who I am. So I have to look down.
Sometimes, you know, just tell them it's the other guy, okay? You know, there's a saying that I quote that says, to err is human, to find someone else to blame it on is even more human. So you can always blame it on the other team, right? Now, Christian Marcello, I just wondered, what was the thinking process that SCORE, which I really, how about that? We got a new tagline, Tom. SCORE is who I adore. How's that? Okay. And
we can work with that.
They open up doors right into the
They
future.
do.
Right. That is wonderful. So I'm just curious as to how this marriage, quote unquote, he's a married man, I know, and he's got a lovely wife. So I am just saying it in the business connection type. Tom comes in and he starts giving you advice as to how to proceed for your future, and then you say, Tom, why don't you sit here? Is that how that worked?
Exactly. You know, advice that comes from SCORE and from business counseling is a tremendous asset for any business owner. For my particular business, when being a technology company, you're always updating your mobile device. I'm always updating my business plan. So we have regular sessions with Tom and our business consultants to be able to help us with our plan and not only be mindful of that plan, but be strategic with that plan.
Because it is a living, breathing document, and it is your navigational tool to run your business. And so it has to be updated to stay attuned with the opportunities that you have. And you want to be able to be on the top of your game with a business model that has no relationship to anything else. You're the leader in your business. That's the reason why Future Help Designs in Pontiac, Michigan, is ranked 15th in the country in mobile application design and development. So who would have thunk it?
Yeah, right. No, well, I mean, I'll tell you something. I have ideas up the kazoo, so to speak. That's a professional term. And I am seriously thinking of writing a little booklet, and you want to have a catchy, snazzy type title about succeeding in life with the F word. Now, F stands for follow-up, but the next F is future. You got to plan for your future. And one thing that you alluded to, the other magic F word is flexible, flexibility. There's a great line that says that blessed are the flexible because they never crack under pressure. Okay, right? Right. So tell me, you've got all these wonderful approaches. Can you actually take an idea, somebody says, you know, I'd really like to do this, this, and that. Then you put it into technological type stuff, and then you say, hey, we're able to do that. Is that the type of challenged you yet?
Yeah, we do a few presentations each quarter around So You Want to Make an App. Because it looks like a very fun thing to do, so a lot of ideas get generated from it, lots of creativity. And it's very much like creating a business plan, but you want to be very mindful about it. Some people come to us first saying, I want to make an app. And we said, great, but what is your business plan? And it's a great partnership to be able to send them over to SCORE to work on their business plan so they don't put the horse and cart or cart and horse.
Right.
Only one of those works the right way.
Right.
And
We've had several opportunities where I was working on the business plan for this particular company while Christian and Glenn were working with the same people to develop an app.
Right.
And you say, well, you know, how would you use an app? Well, let's say that your particular company runs lots of events, and might be doing presentations, meetings in your office, out of your office, and you have a whole list of various presentations that you're doing. If you have a mobile app for that, people can go right online, they can see your events, and they can use the mobile application to make a reservation for those events and to attend those events. So event apps are extremely important in today's business,
Right.
because nobody has time to be able to catalog everything and be able to hold it together. But if you have a mobile app, the person who is interested in it is coming on there, and they're doing the work in terms of putting themselves into that particular training or whatever it is, and attending it.
Well, you know, I can't help but think how great a marriage it is between SCORE and Future Help Designs, because I was at one seminar and the presenter just on the whiteboard there said that if you want to be successful in business, especially on the internet, is that it's T plus A is equal to a $sign. We're looking at it. What the heck is that all about? And T stands for traffic. O stands for the offer. And if it's a good offer, you end up with money. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you create the traffic for people to make the offer? You actually, Tom Raymond from SCORE, are able to say, hey, this is your business plan, that you turn around and simultaneously you're putting into action how to capitalize on that traffic. Is that a pretty rough description?
that is, yes. There's a thought that we share with customers and people that we're helping to their ideas come along, that just because you make an app does not mean they will come.
Right.
If you don't have a marketing plan, if there is no business plan, you just made an app and no
Right.
one's going to find it.
Right, right. Well, is that the old adage, and I love to take sayings and unscramble them. And what's that one that says, you build a better mousetrap and you'll have people running to the path to your door. I got trouble with that. You can build the best mousetrap, but if people ain't got the mice and they don't know where you live,
Right.
they ain't gonna come. Hello? And now you don't have to run anywhere. You just sort of have your fingers do the walking, as that
Well,
old
with
commercial.
technology that we have today,
Yeah.
you have an app, and you are designing how you're going to use this app, and who are your customers for this app, and where can I find them? So with GIS mapping and psychographics, we're able to identify the potential customer for that app and where they are and how they want to use that app and what are they going to use it for. And so we can identify where these people are. So then you can go out and grab them and say, we want to show you this. We think it will be a very, very good piece for your business. So it's a combination and a collaboration of technologies to make technology relate to the customer, but be they business to consumer or business to business.
Right. Well, you know, I know from having talked to you before, Tom, you actually are there 4 days out of 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, right in the office. And this is all free stuff as far as the SCORE portion of it. Thursdays, you're out at the Oakland Community, or actually Executive Office, right on Pontiac Lake Road. And our tax dollars are paid for it, so you might as well utilize it. Then they turn around to you, Mr. Christian Marcello, and you say, hey, this is how we can get you into the way to get the traffic. Are there any particular apps that you are proud that you participated in, you want to share?
There's a very successful app. It was actually turned into 12 applications in total that we made for one of the automotive industries, makers within Detroit. And what we were able to do for them is make an application to shop for your car, but at the same time to allow a salesperson to also help sell a car. And with the mobile technology, we got as far as the government would allow, which was you can't take a signature to sign for a car on your mobile device, but you could locate, build the color, build the model, identify which dealership had it, which is all great things that you can do from your mobile device.
Wow.
And not having to carry around a bunch of brochures.
Wow. I mean, the printing dilemma I can deal with, because I've been publishing American Senior Gazette for quite a few years, and the sad part is that no matter how many proofreads you have, invariably after you've printed 35,000 copies, oh my goodness, one time it was the headline that we got goofed up on. We were so busy correcting other stuff we didn't realize we hadn't made the proper change, and you're out. Here with a mobile app, you goof up, right away it can be changed, right? So simply put, somebody who's got an idea that has a viable market, it's like a step up. You see the possibility of it happening, and then you put it on the app. What a great application. That would be good. App for application. Very good. It's been a delight to have you on the air. Right now, there's only enough time for my parting thought, and I like to leave the folks with one of my favorite bits of philosophy from the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, is that if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it's the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.